All right, gang, here we go. Yet another game of Wingspan against a fairly strong opponent, so anyone's game. We've got some okay birds in the tray. I do like the osprey, cheap, big points, gives you a little food. Blackbird, tuck for an egg. So I think I said in my last game, kind of losing my love with those cards. Just feel like you're always going back to the forest. I mean, to the wetlands to get more cards because every card, maybe you get two, you're tucking one. So yeah, it's starting to feel like those are maybe not so hot. Unfortunately, having said all that, we've got ourselves the only thing for our wetland that's somewhat viable, along with our bonus cards, is the Grackle. So there is also the Blackbird. We could go for the legendary full tuck where get some food, get some, and then just be tucking cards like crazy. If we get the osprey and the blackbird, don't like that plan in general, especially since I did just hit expert once again, and it is very risky. So we're going to start with this, and we are going to plan on not going the full tuck route. The rest of these birds, too expensive, so a bit of an unfortunate, but we can grab that osprey, so that'll help. We'll grab the osprey. We will discard. We do need that for the osprey, so in the tray, I think we do get rid of the fish. Grab the osprey and hope that the fish remains. And we'll go with Omnivore because we already have one. Osprey, Grackle might be a decent combo. Does help with our end of round. Two other Bluebirds in the tray, unfortunately, so won't be able to deny all of those. And then the pine siskin in the forest. All the Bluebirds my opponent could ever wish for. I'm going to just only get down that Grackle. So I'm going to go get my Flycatcher down, tempt fate a little bit. Hope that both the grub and the fish remain. I suspect my opponent will grab that grub. We could grab this guy just to be a jerk, but we're not going to do that. Nope, we're not going to do that either. We're going to get down our Flycatcher. We really need that fish. The grub is probably going away, but then again, if so, I'll get the reroll. Probably get the grub and the grain, and then I'll get the fish and the reroll for the grub. So all is not lost. Did I call it or did I call it? It's funny that we both have birds that gain a food from the bird feeder if available. He's going for the grain. I got myself the grubs. Grubs slightly more. Oops. Grubs slightly more helpful, universal in the game, but he gets to cash. So we do have our grub. So far, all is working out as planned. Next, we will put down that osprey. He does not have a bull yet? Bull and nest yet. So he's got the food for the blackbird. So we might be going for that. Yep. I have psychic powers in this game now. Could have denied it, but probably not worth a turn doing that. I always favor getting my engine going early game to denying cards from my opponent. That was a single card draw too, so we're happy with those. There it goes. So my opponent might go for that crossbill since his woodpecker will help him get it. And then he could get double the double 2 bull nests. Gotta start thinking about our ground nest for round 2. We're gonna go for that kite. If my opponent does not. Although the food is not in the bird feeder is not great for it. But with our osprey friend, we'll see. Maybe we just grab off the top. Hey, did I call it or what? Not gonna have time to get it down this round and get an egg on it. Okay, so we have to keep in mind that we are going to be getting grain. So, wouldn't mind the pine siskin. I don't know, so many tucking birds. Do we want to go hard on the forest? That's a trap. We got the osprey. You think, oh, well, you just get a fish and tuck it for 2 points. No. Way too slow and clunky. Although the food is there. What do I want? I really don't want. Do I want the. Yeah, okay. Okay. If you insist, we'll skip him for now. And we'll gain that food as well. So my opponent's going to be handing out grain. I'm going to be handing out fish. We'll go one more round of card draw. Hope that the tray gets reset at some point. We might pay 2 fish for that gnatcatcher or that kite. Still looking for a ground nest. My opponent is equally in need of a ground nest. He might have picked one up on off the top of the deck. I guess we need to grab that warbler because we've got ourselves 2 grub providers. So I think we're going to tuck that pelican. Although it is a forest bird. Do I really care about forest birds? Is that, I mean, we got 1, 2 more. I think we're going to take one off the deck. That might be okay with more forest birds though, so probably not. Take this guy. My opponent is not showing any signs of. Oh, hey, here, this is a ground nest, so we're going to get rid of our vulture. The pelican, all signs point to pelican, so that's one thing you really got to consider with what birds are you playing. Look at what's in the feeder, look at what the upcoming goals are, and check your bonus card. I think when you start playing, you really focus on what are the brown powers. And that is important for sure. Brown powers should be 60% of your decision making, but should not be 100% or 90%. I'd say when you're really first starting, this seems to be what all people look at is the bonus card, or like they're always chasing those bonus cards, but people with a little bit more experience start really focusing on, oh, I got to get the good cards with the brown powers or whatever power it may be. But kind of got to find the exact middle ground. Sometimes building the engine is more important. My opponent seems to be going for food a lot. Stealing my grub. That ain't cool. He did give me. Okay, that's good. We like that tray. So we'll take this guy and we will grab a grub with our Flycatcher with a little luck. Plenty of luck there. We're going to try to deny the grains. Okay, so we still have nothing for, it's been a very grassland. Well, we got the, maybe we'll go for that other Flycatcher. Make it a Flycatcher game. Scissortail Flycatcher. I think we play our Pelican. See if, and then actually let's play our Gnatcatcher. Oh, the opponent has a star nest. 6 turns. We're gonna have grubs up the wazoo. So now the question becomes, do we go get the food while it's there, or do we? Yeah. I still feel like we could use a few more cards. We have only one omnivore card played, so well, yeah. Let's see what cards we have coming before we get food. But now I'm thinking maybe we should get a fish for that pelican. So maybe we go for food first. And plus this tray is just lined up for us food-wise. So let's get our Gnatcatcher down. Opponent's still got a couple food, so. And then get a bunch of grubs and a cherry and grab that Flycatcher. And see where we're at. Not the strongest game I've ever played. We're getting a lot of food, which is pretty decent. But I'm not feeling like I would be happier if we had something in our grassland and we had more cards that provided resources not equivalent to their habitat. So like a bird in the forest that gave us eggs, or a bird in the grasslands that gave us cards or food. I'm not going for a chickadee. Still wanting to build out that forest, which is interesting. Yet another bull nest materializes. If we do this, we're not going to have, interestingly enough, an extra. We want an extra egg for drawing. Well, there's another ground nest, but not one of much interest to us. So Cormorant is even worse, I feel like. It is a omnivore, but actually, but we do, I don't know. They both stink at this point, both completely unnecessary. Although we do need birds in the wetlands at some point. So which one of those would I rather have? Probably rather have the skimmer, or maybe the cormorant because it's a omnivore. So it's almost the same amount of food for any food, or same amount of points for any food type. So skimmer can go. Maybe we'll continue to pass out the grubs. Then we'll play our gnatcatcher. And then with a little luck, we'll get our flycatcher down. Let's see our play, gnatcatcher, food, and then eggs. Then we'll be fairly well secure for the next end of round. I mean, for the next card draw. The next start of round. We'll be able to see 3 cards. Grub heavy birds are good, but man, our grasslands is just hurting. Well, my opponent is in the same boat, it seems like, though, so could be worse. Okay, so if that tray remains, we've got a pretty good draw there. My opponent does have a migrator, so they do have a little help in that department. They've got a bunch of grain, and I've got, this is hilarious. We have very similar setups. He's got 2 grain producers in his grasslands, and I have 2 grub producers in my, in my forest. Opponent continues to pass out the, oh, the truck. Not what we wanted to see. So I guess we're going to grab a rat. Let's do the reroll. We need that cherry. Although food is not an issue, it seems like. No cherry. Bunch of grains. We're just going to have to overpay for our scissortail, I believe. But given our overabundance of food, that is okay. I think we're going to play with a couple grains because maybe a grain and a rat, I don't know. And we're going to skip passing out a grub. Oh. Well, that's what happens when you pass out too many fish. Your opponent grabs themselves a puffin. That's all right. I am not worried at this point. We might need to get that cormorant down. We'll see. If there's nothing for our grasslands, we might just get our cormorant down. Yeah, we'll get rid of a rat. There's lots of good birds out there that cost 2 rats, but just gonna have to hold. Oh, is that his second or his first? That's his first. No, he's got 2. Oh, he's got 2 ground nests, so he will be winning this end of round, unfortunately. Things are starting to get a little worrisome. Cavity nest, he's probably got more than me. Yeah, he's got 2 star nests now, so these end of round goals My complete lack of star nests. I am starting to worry about this game. I do not see my expert level surviving it. You want to discard? You have such poor egg generation and tons of food generation. I feel like we can afford a discard. So we will lay an egg on our cavity nest. We'll skip. Starting to worry. We need something good for our grasslands right now. That does not qualify. And, well, you know, double. Should I just grab both of those guys? None of them help me with my end of round goal. Cherries are questionable. I'm gonna grab one off the top. That is good for my opponent. Let's see. It's good for us if the grains all remain there. We'll do one more off the top. Tons of birds that are really good when grain is involved. We might be going for, they're both ground nests too. Let's see here. Oh, do I have a fish? I got a fish. Oh, we're gonna go with the sandhill crane in case my opponent passes out a bunch of grubs. It's also, a bunch of grain. We're gonna get rid of this bluebird, I think, because we like all the rest of these. My opponent gonna play any more? I'm just thinking about the final end of round goal for this guy. Do we need to discard? Not really. Okay. Can also go for that bluebird. 5 turns though. Not a lot. We're gonna gain food. Question becomes, do we go for the sandhill crane or the bobwhite? My opponent's crossbill is tempting me, along with the omnivore, of course. Where's the spotted towhee when you need it? Opponent going for the big points. Wonder if he, wonder if that was bonus card related. That seems like a bit of a stretch at this point in the game. Too late for you, my little chirping sparrow. We're going to grab a couple of these. We're going to hope for a reroll that we like. Sort of, but not really. So, what are we going to do about that? There are 2 rats for my opponent's great horned owl. So that's a little scary. There are cherries for our bluebird. I wonder if we do grab that mountain bluebird. I think we do. We're going to try to go for a triple play here. Yep, keep giving me those grains. That's what we like to see. More cherries for us. That is good. So let's do it. Grab one off the top. Kestrel. We are not going to discard because we need all the cards we can get. We will do that for the points. Get rid of that kestrel, I think. We'll get another fish. Now we're going to grab those 2 cherries. And too bad we don't have one more round of eggs. Can't quite do, we'll lay some eggs. Do the triple play for style points. We're not going to get the end of round goal. We needed one more egg. I guess we could draw more cards, but no. There we go. We'll take those and gain ourselves a couple more grubs, which we like. Okay, so how are we going to work this? The question. We do one more round of food and hope for. Actually, why don't? Oh, we can discard an egg. I'm sure we don't need that rat. And then go Eastern Bluebird, Mountain Bluebird, Sandhill Crane. And still leave us with one egg left over. That'll be nice. I'm wondering if I think the Sandhill Crane is the better play with our bonus card. We will need to hold on to that Cormorant for the final end of round goal. My opponent's got nothing in the grassland still, so they got a lot of food as well. But at least we'll have an engine before they do. They're going to get another end of round goal. And we could eke out the final if they don't have anything else for their wetland. Still not feeling overly confident in this. Don't think we're going to have many grains for our crane. And it's not worth going to the forest for more. Which makes you wonder if the Bob White is better. We could do some math here about it. Let's see here. So these 2 cards are going to cost us 2 grubs and 2 cherries. So that leaves us with 1 grub, a fish, and a rat. Yeah, we're only going to have 1 grain for 2 points. We can get 2 extra points because of. Yeah, I feel like it all kind of works out. Well, this will get us. Nah, we're going for the Sandhill Crane. We are going for the Sandhill Crane. We're only going to have 1 dumping of grain, but maybe our opponent will be kind enough to activate their crossbill. Okay, so we're going to fill up this guy just so I don't do something incredibly unintelligent. Oh, we can pass out one of these too. That'll help us. That'll give us, I think, 2 rounds with the Sandhill Crane. I mean, yeah, that's right. So that's nice. That'll help with our Cormorant. So we're about to go from one bird in our. I probably could have held off on passing out that grub until next time I activate my grasslands, but what can you do? Let's take the food. Let's take the eggs off of the proper birds here. Oh, somehow we wound up with an extra. How do we want to pay for this? Let's see here. We'll play with one. We gotta hold on to that, so we might as well just do it that way. My opponent has 2 bonus cards, but we're gonna have a 6-point bonus card, which is not bad. Did not have to spend that rat on an egg, so I miscalculated there. Must have been an egg hiding down here that I didn't realize was there. My opponent gives out a couple. Yeah, you want to do it. You want to. You want to activate that crossbill, my friend. I can feel it. Ooh, he's going to go to his forest one more time. If he does, that could be trouble. Let's see what he does. I don't think I've ever played both Bluebirds in a single turn. All right, my friend. You got no point generation here. So that could save our skin. It's possible that that saves our skin. It's not a guarantee. Oh, I never got down this warbler for some reason. I guess I could with my flycatcher. If he goes for food one more time, we're definitely getting that warbler down. Warbler and cormorant. It's a pretty good round. That's a pretty good round, round 5. So ultimately, let's just see what happens here. All right, well, he's doing that, so it's probably completely unnecessary to get down that cormorant. But we will see. Pass out another grub. Might be a bad idea. Let's see. Let's see. Definitely going to do all this. So we've got 4 turns. We do need 2 more food, unfortunately. I really want him to revisit his forest. He's going to have to anyways to get that swift, so I'm okay with this. He's got 0 cards now. Things might be okay for us. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they're not. We will play our warbler next. If he gives us a grain, that would be nice. Then we have to mix, and then we got some real decisions to make. I think we abandon the cormorant because he's got to move his swift down to the wetlands. Oh, he gives us a card. Don't think there's much we can do about that. We're gonna play our Warbler and see. It's a good 6-point play. See what he does next. Hope that he activates his forest and passes out that grain. That would be a pretty newbie move, though. He's got so much food already if he does that. If he does not realize that that's a bad idea, then don't know what to tell him. 5-point play. So going strong. We'll just spread out our eggs. Don't think we need that. Man. So now the question becomes, I don't think we have any need for that grub. Might be bad if he does not move that swift into the wetlands. And we don't do it. He's got 2 cards. What are the chances are he has anything that's really gonna benefit him from? All right. He's got to be out of point scoring possibilities for now. Give us that grain, my friend. He's going for it. He's got something he wants to play, and that grub did not do it for him, so we were okay passing that one out. Going to the grasslands. Nope. So he's already just going to hang out there. So there's no point in playing my cormorant at this point. Aw, you. He's too smart for me. So we just got a straight up 4-point engine. Not very exciting. Just too bad. Well, we've got a 4-point engine here too. I'm wondering if it's worth anything in particular to run that one instead. We are passing out yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This would be a 3-point play. Doesn't help us. I think we just got 4 points for the last 2 turns no matter what. He's gonna have 3 points, so he's gonna be up by 2 with the end of round goal. So it's just gonna be all about that bonus card. So chances are slim. He's gonna have 2 bonus cards that don't equal more than 4. A bit unfortunate. Don't think food's gonna help us at all. We only wound up with 2 omnivores down. So I'm suspecting my opponent has this one. Oh yeah. You gotta feel like that's gonna seal the deal. 4-point play plus the bonus card. That hurts. Probably could have maybe gone for cards. No. Nope. At the end of the day, this is what it is. So we are up by. We're gonna be tied, but he's got 3 bonus cards. We only have a 4-point bonus card, so. GG, well played to my opponent. This is my first game of the day, my wake up game, and that always, oh, I always lose that one. But my opponent did excellent. Yep, there we go. Well played. We'll be losing by 8, and 98-point score for my opponent. Very well done for him. All right. Did I lose my expert status? Yes, I did, of course. All right, gang. Well, there we go. A good game all around. I like that triple play, so I hope you enjoyed it too. Double Bluebird. Can't go wrong, except for in this case. Thanks for watching, team. I'll see you next time.